Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about new lesson, rural life and society. Okay, so this lesson is belongs to history. Okay, rural life. Can you know the meaning of rural? Yes, guys. Rural means village. Okay, so in this topic belongs to village life. Okay, so village life. What happened in the village life? What are they doing? Can you guess? Yes, they are doing agriculture and farming. So this lesson all belongs to agriculture and their farming. Okay. In the pre-colonial period, Indian economy was predominantly an agrarian economy. Agrarian economy means agriculture-oriented economy. Nowadays also our country is based on agriculture. Yes, agriculture was then the primary occupation of the people, and even industries like textiles, sugar, oil, etc. were dependent on it. Can you understand? So agriculture is the primary occupation. Other industries are based upon the agriculture. For example, textile industry, sugar industry and oil. Okay. The British government in India did not adopt a pro-Indian agriculture and land revenue policy. So, the British government introduced three major land revenue and tenure system in India. Okay. Land revenue system during British rule. So, the British introduced three land revenue system, that is permanent settlement, Raithwari settlement, Magalwari system. Okay, so there are three land revenue system. First one is permanent settlement. This settlement was introduced by Lord Cornwallis. Okay, so this permanent settlement was introduced by Lord Cornwallis. This is one of the land revenue system. So revenue means income. So British gaining income from the revenue, income from the agriculture. Okay. So first we are going to learn about permanent settlement. So permanent means stable. Okay. So when Robert Clive obtained Diwani of Bengal, Bihar, Orissa in 1765, there used to be an annual settlement. So annual settlement means yearly settlement of land revenue. And next, Warren Hastings changed it from annual to quinquennial. There is a 5-year plan, and back to annual again. During the time of Cornwallis, a 10 years settlement was introduced in 1793, and it was known as permanent settlement. Okay, so Cornwallis introduced permanent settlement in the year of 1793. This is the 10-year settlement. Okay, so permanent settlement means 10-year settlement. You can understand, guys. This system was introduced by Lord Cornwallis. Okay, permanent settlement were made Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Varanasi division of UP. UP means Uttar Pradesh, and northern Karnataka, which roughly covered 19% of the total area of the British India. So 90% area the settlement was covered. Okay, so it was known by different names: Jamindari, Jahidari, Mahulgudari and Bizvidari. So these are the names of the permanent settlement. Okay, next one, salient features. So what are the features of the permanent settlement? The first one is the Jamindars were recognized as the owner of land as long as they paid the revenue to the English East India Company regularly. So the Jamindar was the owner of the land. So recognized by the owner of the land. So the Jamindars paid the revenue to the English East India Company. Okay. Next feature is the Zamindar acted as the agent of the government. Okay, so Jamindars act as the agent of government for collection of revenue and collection of revenue from the cultivator. So zamindars collect the revenue from cultivators and to pay to the East India Company. Okay, so zamindars act as a agent. The next one feature is the amount of revenue that the zamindars had to pay to the company was firmly fixed and would not be raised under any circumstance. So this is the fixed amount. Okay, so the zamindars collected from the cultivators from the fixed amount. Okay, so in the any circumstance, for example, sometimes the agriculture was affected during the time of cyclone, moderate rains, monsoon. Okay, but on that time also they have fixed the normal payment. It is a fixed payment. Can you understand? So for example, agriculture. So agriculture பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா அடிக்கடி அதில் என்ன இருக்கும், மாடரேட் மான்சூன் சைக்ளோனால அவங்க வந்து என்ன ரொம்ப அஃபெக்ட் ஆவாங்க. பட் அந்த டைமில் கூட கல்டிவேட்டர்ஸ் என்ன செய்யணும், ஒரு ஃபிக்ஸட் அமௌண்ட்டை ஜமீன்தார்கிட்ட கொடுக்கணும். ஸோ அந்த ஃபிக்ஸட் அமௌண்ட் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, ஜமீன்தார் they are paid to the given to the East India Company. So that is a fixed amount under the any circumstance. என்ன ப்ராப்ளமாக இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல, அந்த அமௌண்ட் என்ன செஞ்சாகணும், பே பண்ணணும். Next one, they have 10 out of 11 of the revenue collected by them from the cultivator to the government. So ஜமீன்தார் கலெக்ட் பண்ணுற 11 பார்ட்டில் 10 பார்ட் என்ன பண்ணணும், they are given to the government. That is a East India Company, and 1% get taken by the zamindar. Okay, the zamindar should grant patta to the ryots. So ryot means cultivators. Okay, the ryots become tenants since they were considered the tillers of the soil. So tillers means persons who produce the crops. So tillers. ஸோ அந்த லேண்டில் இந்த ரைட்ஸ் பட்டா வாங்கிக்காங்களே, ஸோ தட் இஸ் த டெனன்ஸ்னால் எப்படி சொல்லலாம், சம் இயர்ஸ் ஒத்திக்கு வாங்கியிருக்கோம்னு சொல்லியிருப்போம் இல்லையா. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 5 இயர்ஸோ 10 இயர்ஸோ ஜமீன்தார்ஸ்டேருந்து ஒரு லேண்ட் வாங்கி ரைட் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, கல்டிவேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ அதுதான் வந்து டெனன்ட் சொல்கிறோம். ஓகேவா. All judicial powers were taken away from the zamindars. So judicial powers were taken away from the zamindars. Okay, so English East India Company get the judicial powers from the zamindars. Okay, next one, marriage. Under this system, many of the waste lands and forests become the cultivable land. Okay, because the cultivable land ஏன் மாற்றினாங்க அப்படின்னா, இங்கிலீஷ் ஈஸ்ட் இந்தியா கம்பெனி நீட் மோர் ரெவென்யூ. ஸோ தே ஆர் சேஞ்ச் தி ஃபாரஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஆர் வேஸ்ட் லேண்ட் டு தி கல்டிவபிள் லேண்ட். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் தி மெயின் merits. Next one, the zamindars became the owners of the land. The zamindar have become the owners. Okay, so first the English East India Company zamindars recognized the land, but later they have become a owner of land. Okay, the zamindars were made free from the responsibilities of providing justice. So before the zamindar system, permanent settlement, the zamindars act as the judiciary, but later the power was taken by the English East India Company. So zamindars free from the providing justice. The zamindars remained faithful to the British government. This system secured a fixed and stable income for the British government. So already I am saying that there is a fixed amount. Okay, so fixed amount வந்து கல்டிவேட்டர்ஸ் பே பண்ணுவாங்க இல்லையா. So this is the fixed revenue to the for the British East India Company. Okay, next one, demerits. The British government had no direct contact with the cultivators. So no direct contact, because the zamindars only contact with the British government. Okay, so cultivators need to no need to contact with the British. Okay, so the zamindars doing illegal activities. So the zamindars here take collecting higher revenue from the cultivators and the paying low amount to the British. Okay, so டைரக்ட் கான்டாக்ட் இல்லாதனால ஜமீன்தார்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் பீப்புள் கிட்ட அதிகமான ரெவன்யூ வந்து கலெக்ட் பண்ணிவிட்டு பிரிட்டிஷ் கிட்ட என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, லோ அமௌண்ட்டு மட்டும் பே பண்ணுறாங்க. சரி, that is the main demerits. Next one, the rights of the cultivators were ignored and they were left at the mercy of the zamindars. So left at mercy means they lost their ரைட்ஸ். ஸோ கல்டிவேட்டர்ஸில் ரூல்ஸ் ரைட்ஸே கிடையாது. ஸோ ரைட்ஸ்லாம் யார்கிட்ட இருக்கு அப்படின்னா ஜமீன்தார்ஸ். கல்டிவேட்டர்ஸ் ஒன்லி க்ரோயிங் க்ராப்ஸ் ஒன். ஓகே, ஸோ லேண்டில் அவங்களுக்கு எந்த ஒரு ரைட்ஸுமே கிடையாது. எல்லா ரைட்ஸுமே யார்கிட்ட தான் இருக்கும், ஜமீன்தார் கிட்ட. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், த பெசன்ட்ஸ் வேர் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ட்ரீட்டட் சர்ஃப். சர்ஃப் மீன்ஸ் ஸ்லேவ்ஸ். ஓகே, தி சிஸ்டம் வாஸ் மேட் தி ஜமீன்தார்ஸ் lethargic and luxurious. Lethargic means that is a laziness because cultivators are alone doing their work. ஓகே, ஸோ கல்டிவேட்டர்ஸ் தான் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் ஒர்க் எல்லாமே பண்ணுவாங்க. பட் ரெவன்யூ மட்டும் யார் கலெக்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, ஜமீன்தார். ஸோ ஜமீன்தார்ஸ் ஆக்டர்ஸ், ஜமீன்தார்ஸ் லிவிங் இன் ஏ லக்ஸூரியஸ் லைஃப் அண்ட் லெத்தார்ஜிக் மேனர். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், many conflicts between the zamindars and peasants arose in rural Bengal. So Bengal, in the region of Bengal, they have a lot of conflicts between zamindar and rayat. So these are the demerits of permanent settlement as well as the zamindari system. Can you understand, students? Now I end this session. Thank you guys.